one below all versus the great darkness. Who would win? Marvel's ultimate evil versus DC's primordial shadow. Which cosmic horror is truly supreme? 2 universes. 2 embodiments of absolute darkness. One represents the deepest evil beneath all existence, while the other is the living void that existed before creation itself. Today, we're diving into one of the most terrifying and mind-bending power battles ever imagined. A clash not of heroes, but of cosmic nightmares, capable of erasing reality itself. This isn't just a fight of strength. It's a battle of concepts, origins, and the very nature of existence versus nothingness. Let's begin. The origin of absolute darkness. Every cosmic entity has an origin, but these two were not born in the traditional sense. They are primordial forces directly tied to existence itself. The one below all is not simply a villain. In Marvel lore, it is the dark counterpart of the one above all, the ultimate creator. It exists beneath all realities, sealed within the lowest layer of existence. This entity isn't just evil, it is the embodiment of destruction, hatred, and decay. It represents the inevitable end of all life and the corruption hidden within creation itself. On the other side stands the Great Darkness from DC Comics. This entity is even more ancient in concept. It is literally the original void that existed before the presence of light, before the source, and before the multiverse itself formed. In DC mythology, when creation began, light appeared, and that light disturbed the darkness. Ever since, the Great Darkness has existed as the natural opposite of all existence. Right from the start, we see the key difference. The one below all is tied to creation's dark side. The Great Darkness existed before creation even began. And that difference matters more than you might think. The true scale of their powers. When we discuss power at this level, we're not talking about physical strength. We're talking about reality itself. The one below all has demonstrated the ability to corrupt entire realities. It can possess beings like the Hulk, transforming them into unstoppable instruments of destruction. It feeds on suffering, hatred, and despair, and it can destroy universes simply by existing within them. At its peak, it was shown to be capable of wiping out the entire Marvel multiverse in a future timeline, leaving only a single broken survivor. But the Great Darkness operates on an even larger scale. It is not just capable of destroying universes, it is the cosmic void that can consume all existence across the entire Omniverse. When it awakens, even the most powerful DC entities, including the Spectre and other cosmic forces, become insignificant in comparison. Unlike the one below all, which manipulates and corrupts creation, the Great Darkness doesn't need to attack. Its very presence naturally erases light and life. It isn't merely destruction, it is absolute nothingness. Their connection to supreme cosmic beings. To understand who would win, we must examine their relationships with the highest powers in their respective universes. The one below all is directly connected to the one above all, Marvel's supreme being. In many interpretations, it is described as the same entity viewed from a darker perspective. This means its power is essentially limitless, but also bound within the cosmic balance between creation and destruction. The Great Darkness, however, stands apart from the presence, DC's ultimate creator. It is not a creation of the presence, but rather something that existed before divine light itself. In some interpretations, it is the fundamental void from which all existence emerged. This distinction is critical. The one below all represents balance within existence. The Great Darkness represents the absence of existence. One embodies destruction inside creation. The other embodies the state before creation. And that places them on different levels of cosmic hierarchy. How a direct battle would unfold. Imagine these two forces colliding. The one below all would likely attempt to corrupt and consume the Great Darkness, feeding on its destructive energy. It would try to reshape reality, transforming the void into a domain of endless decay and suffering. But here lies the problem. The great darkness cannot be corrupted because it is not something. It is nothingness itself. It does not think, hate, or desire. It has no emotions, no motives, and no form. It simply exists as the natural state of total absence, silent, infinite, and impossible to influence. Any attack from the one below all would require reality to exist in order to function. Yet, within the great darkness, reality itself would begin to fade and collapse. Space would lose meaning, time would cease to flow, and the very concept of existence would start to unravel. This means the battlefield could never remain stable. The more the one below all fought, the more the great darkness would erase the very framework that allowed the battle to occur. Every attempt to attack would only accelerate the disappearance of the stage on which the fight was taking place. Eventually, the one below all would face a fundamental limitation. It cannot destroy something that is not part of existence. And once existence itself begins to vanish, the battle would no longer be a fight. It would become an inevitable return to absolute nothingness. And that changes everything. Final result. Who wins? After analyzing their origins, powers, cosmic roles, and battle mechanics, we reach the ultimate conclusion. The one below all is an omniversal destroyer, tied to the balance of creation. It represents the darkest aspect of existence, the embodiment of corruption, decay, and annihilation. But the great darkness is something even more fundamental than destruction. It is the primordial void, the natural state before creation began, and the inevitable silence that remains after everything ends. Because of this, the great darkness holds the ultimate advantage. It cannot be corrupted, it cannot be destroyed, and it does not rely on existence in order to survive. Therefore, final verdict. In a true cosmic power battle, DC's great darkness would defeat Marvel's one below all, because nothingness ultimately outlasts destruction. Because in the end, you can destroy something, but you can never destroy nothing. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.